Hello everyone, welcome to this week's Ministry Moment. It's good to be with you again, this time from beautiful Christ Church Oso. It's a beautiful little church in a beautiful cemetery. Last week in the Ministry Moment I talked about how Jesus had instructed us that before we go into any endeavor we should really count the cost, make sure that we can complete what we start, and that in fact also goes for Christianity. And as I was spending a little time in the cemetery here around the church preparing for a service I've got next week, I was thinking of all the faithful people who have gathered in this church for generations and worked together to be followers of Jesus Christ, and what maybe some of them would pass on about what it means to be a follower of Jesus Christ, and some of those things that would be helpful for us to know even at the beginning of our journey or even as our time goes on. And so over these next few weeks, I said we're gonna count that cost, see some things about Christianity, maybe some things that people would have been good for them to have known before they started. And the very first thing is that it is actually harder than you think it is going to be. We often think of Christianity as being something that makes life easier and makes life better, which... Let the car go by on the highway first. Which it does. I mean, my life is immeasurably better because of having Jesus Christ in it, in all things. But that doesn't mean that it is always easy. In fact, the Christian journey, the journey to follow Jesus Christ and to be active in your life, living as he wants you to do, is often quite difficult. The more that you work to follow and to be living your life the way Jesus calls, the more you're going to butt up against the way this world works. And people will not always appreciate that. Christianity at its core is all about sacrifice and service, rather than things for ourselves. It takes commitment, and it can be a challenge. It is, of course, in my opinion, worth it 1,000 times over. But it is often in that lack of self and in that sacrifice that we begin to understand exactly what Jesus has done for us. And so sometimes when people first begin their journey as a Christian, things just go really, really well. I think God helps us out when we begin. But as things go on, more and more of those challenges will arise. And it's there are those challenges that we grow as followers of Christ and grow in our faith and grow in our trust in God. And we realize we can't do everything on our own. That's not a sign that you're not doing things right. That's often a sign that you are taking your faith seriously. But it's good to know that at the beginning, right? To know that it's not all going to be sunshine and rainbows, that there are those dark times and dark clouds as well, but that Jesus is going to be with us through all of those things. Take care, my friends. God bless, and I will see you again next week.